Hi guys, welcome back to my channel S Chemistry. My name is Sonal, and today firstly I want to start with congratulations to all the members of the S Chemistry family, because S Chemistry has finally hit 250 subscribers and I am so happy and so grateful. So genuinely thank you to all the subscribers and to all the viewers, whether you guys are like new viewers or returning subscribers. Thank you. And secondly, I was just going through how my channel has been performing lately, and I did notice that the videos which I usually make, which are interview oriented, are doing really well. So I'm so glad I'm able to help a bunch of individuals out there preparing for different interviews. And in the same context, I thought of coming up with a series of videos, and I am planning to name this particular series as the Interview Questions Marathon. So I randomly came up with that name for this particular series. What we will do here is that in every video I will pick a question which is related to the interview for a lecturer's post or for a teacher's post, assistant professor's post. Okay, so I will pick a question and make a dedicated video on that question which is related to the interview. Okay, so I already have a bunch of questions on which I want to work further, but if there is any specific question which is difficult for you guys, or something that you haven't really prepared anything on it, so if you have similar questions in your list, then you can put it down below in the comment section, and as and when possible I'll try to work on those questions as well. So today's question, that is the very first video of the Interview Questions Marathon series, we are going to discuss whenever for an interview you are asked what are your strengths and weaknesses. So let's get started. Before actually giving out an answer, there are a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, we need to understand why a panel member is going to ask this question to a candidate. So basically, during an interview, what the panel members are trying to analyze is that, all of us, we are known to have a bunch of strengths and a bunch of weaknesses, right? But when you give an answer for this particular question, the panel members are going to analyze that your specific strengths and weaknesses, how much are they in alignment with the skill set requirement of a particular job. Okay, so suppose you go for like a lecturer's interview, then your strength such as communication skills or your passion for teaching, all of these are going to align towards the requirements or towards the skill set. Okay, whatever is the requirement of a lecturer's position, your strengths are going to align with that. Okay, so that is what you need to keep in mind. Suppose you're going for any other job, I'm not just talking about lecturer now, you need to see the skill sets which are advertised for that position. Okay, or sometimes the requirements which are mentioned, and then you need to check if specific skills or specific strengths that you have, are they similar to what the job requires. Okay, so that is how you can go about framing your answer for this particular question. Secondly, same goes with the weaknesses as well. So your weaknesses shouldn't be something that completely takes you away from getting that job. Okay, so you need to be very careful, and this is a type of question, wherein it's difficult to answer it instantaneously. That is, if you haven't prepared anything beforehand and you're just bombarded with this question, it can be a bit difficult to come up with a few strengths and weaknesses at the time of the interview. So I would suggest always have a very short and crisp answer ready for this particular question. Third thing to keep in mind is whenever you tell them a strength, it is better to explain it with an example. Okay, same goes with weaknesses. Whenever you're telling them a weakness, always try to also tell them how you're working on it. Coming to a few strengths and weaknesses that you all can use for lecturer's interview. Firstly, if you are experienced, then obviously experience becomes like the greatest strength that you have, right? And if you have been a teacher or like a lecturer before, then obviously like you'll have classroom management, you will have experience of teaching that subject. And usually with respect to being a lecturer, it is not just teaching, right? It is about setting up question papers, doing corrections, providing notes, or giving up references. All of those things, as an experienced individual, they will become your strengths. And along with that, some other points that I'm going to mention now. These points can be used by an experienced person and obviously by a fresher as well. Okay, so if you're going for like a lecturer's job interview, then definitely most important thing is your communication skills. Okay, so these can play as a strength in your favor. Then in terms of having passion for teaching, okay, like having a natural passion towards teaching can be another one. Then in terms of your commitment, okay, because a teacher's job is, it definitely involves a lot of commitment. Okay, so commitment can be one. Then creativity also, because sometimes the lessons can get too monotonous and the students they don't really enjoy when it is just like, you just have it at one pace. So it is always recommended that a teacher or a lecturer uses his or her creativity also, suppose in like preparing the slides, or in your teaching method, or in conducting any activities throughout the class. Another skill set is being a quick learner. So if you're a fresher, definitely things like having passion for teaching, commitment, being a quick learner, adaptability, all of these strengths will actually work in your favor. And also knowledge of the content or knowledge of the subject. Okay, enhanced knowledge of the content, or like if you know the best of your subject, right, that too can become a strength in your favor. Talking about weaknesses now, definitely for a fresher, lack of experience can be a weakness. So if a person is stating that my weakness is basically I haven't taught yet, or I haven't had the classroom experience yet, you can enhance the statement by saying, but I have infinite passion for teaching. So even though I do not have experience of teaching, but I am committed towards teaching, or I'm passionate about teaching. Okay, so such sentences will actually even lift up the weakness that you are just stating, and it will show the panel members that you are ready to learn, you're ready to grow, and you're ready to adapt as an individual. So what you're trying to do over here is that your weaknesses also, you're trying to you're portraying them in such a way that they too work in your favor. Okay, then certain individuals, they have a weakness with respect to putting in extra effort. Okay, it's like bringing the classroom to home. Okay, so that can also be a weakness, that you are a perfectionist and you prefer finishing work way before the deadlines, so you end up overworking and exhausting yourself. That can also be a weakness. Sometimes an experienced teacher can give an example such as trying to maintain discipline in class. Okay, maintaining discipline in class is a bit difficult for me, so that can also act as a weakness. But then you can say I'm trying to learn, and I'm looking up for new methods around, or I'm trying to shape my methods of maintaining discipline in class as per the classroom that I am allotted. You can also state that you have an eye for details. Okay, so you want everything to be specific in a particular way, and hence it becomes time consuming, and to do things it takes you a longer period of time. This can also be a weakness. Or sometimes even being impatient, okay, or having fear of deadlines, all of these can also work as weaknesses. Fine, so these were some random strengths and weaknesses that I wanted to share with you all. Now obviously you just require two. Usually two are sufficient, like two strengths and two weaknesses are more than enough. Okay, and also be careful that you always state the truth for the interview. Okay, so whichever strengths are genuinely your strengths, you pick those and you build an answer on that. And the weaknesses, same, genuinely which you feel are your weaknesses, you pick that and you build an answer on that. Okay, because it's not good to lie during an interview. So if you guys are really passionate about teaching, you state that teaching is your passion. If you really have the fear of deadline, then you state that my weakness is that I have a fear of deadline. Okay, whichever works for you, you can pick that and then make an answer of it ahead. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did like it. If you all did like it, then please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family, and I will see you guys next time with another question that will help you to perform better in your interviews. Bye bye, take care.